Hello, welcome back. My name is Khalif. I'm the founder and CEO of Yes Hello. So this is the part 3 of the Yes Hello 30 Days Customer Service Program. I think you've gone through already 3.1, where we talk about discovering your customer service vision, right, for your department, and then how to hire a customer service team that matches your customer service vision. And now we're gonna take a look at 3.3, where how do you start investing in self-service to make your lives easier? All right, so let's take a look at it. So investing in self-service today we're talking about knowledge base, we're talking about in documentation, we're talking about blog posts, we're talking about YouTube and video library and things like that. Okay, so number one, so you want to build in self-service so that you can help your customers help themselves. I know it takes a little bit of time to set this up, right? Especially if you don't have like a software or a system to help you with this, right? So that's why if you are already using Yes Hello, you want to take advantage of the snippets. The snippets is level 1 to create this self-service. Why is that? It's because now when your team is answering something, you want to encourage them to create shortcuts. So soon they will have all these shortcuts, right? So one day they create 1 or 2 shortcuts and put it in the snippets. People ask the same question again, they just use those shortcuts. So within the platform, you can go into the snippets and look at all your team shortcuts, right? So if you have 4 people, that means 4 people do 3 a day. That is 12 shortcuts a day. Imagine how many shortcuts you have in a month, in 3 months, in a year. That's the first step. Next, once you already have all this information, once you see your team is already like doing really well using the shortcuts, you can transfer all that into a platform. You can choose whatever platform. There's so many platforms outside there. You can even use a WordPress blog. It doesn't really matter. You just need to have one place where you organize all the shortcuts into a place where your team, your team as well, right? So the new team members can go and find out. And your customers who need help, you can say, hey, that one we already answered inside our knowledge base. You can go and check it out over there. Here's the link straight into the actual answer. Then they can go inside there and they can read the shortcuts that your team already created. The next level after that is, then you can have one person who is in charge to update this knowledge base to create extra content, meaning you can have one person like this on Zoom just explaining and recording himself explaining what those words mean, right? And then with a mouse, actually go and point here and then and show how it's done. Okay, so with these 3 steps, very simple. First, answer using a software, create a shortcut. 1. Number 2 is after you have all enough shortcuts already, transfer that in a knowledge base, just text, and then once it's already great, step 3, this is like maybe like in 9 months time, 12 months time, you can hire somebody to go in and do a video on those key crucial content, right, that you want to have a video on, and that will become the base of all the knowledge that you can to help your customers. Okay, this will take away, I don't know, for us maybe at least half of our the support time that is needed for our clients, right? So there's a study, 81% of your clients try to do self-service first. So imagine there's so many, you think there's not many, actually there's a lot, right? So we're looking at our traffic to our own knowledge base. Awesome. Okay, the useful self-service is, so this is to to define what is useful self-service. So if you want to do a knowledge base, this is what useful. You want to have it be accessible, easily found by customers who need it. So if you take a look at our Yes Hello platform, once you're in the dashboard, top right is one question mark icon. Click there and it's so easy, right? If you go onto our website, resources, we always lead it to our knowledge base. Well maintained, so up to date, accurate text, images, and videos. So you would want to have one person be accountable to update all this information, because services change, your products change, and you want it to be, no effort for your customers. When they read it, they are certain, oh yes, this looks updated, right? I know it's difficult, so it's not a have to. If it's tough for you to update, it's fine for now, but you want to have this mindset of, later on I want to have somebody to update it. Number 3, supports different learning styles. So if you are familiar with learning styles, there's VAK, visual, auditory, people listen, and kinesthetic, people doing. So with today's tools, using video, using a blog post, and then getting them to click here and there is already, you're already including all these learning styles. So that's why videos are very awesome, because you engage the auditory, people who like to listen. You engage the visuals with these slides, something pretty like this, and visuals love to read, right? And then, well, actually the auditory love to read, the visuals like to see moving pictures. And then those people who are kinesthetic, who like to do things, can click the buttons when you click to next and stuff like that. So you want to have many steps so they can click and click and click. So that's really great. And if you do step by step, they love to watch and then do at the same time. So that's the VAK. So you can go and Google more about learning styles. It's very powerful. I've been in the learning industry for almost 20 years now. Yes, very, very powerful. Number 4, provided in context. So you want to deliver the right information at just the right moment to reduce customer effort. So there's a few things here. Number 1, while doing customer service, obviously when they ask for something, then you send them that information, answer the question, and then give them a link to refer. And then once it's solved, you want to think ahead. Okay, if they solve this problem, what is the next problem that they will need to solve? And you solve for that. Okay, you can say, hey, for many people, once you've already done that, you might, you might run into this next problem. So if you do, here is the solution. I tell you, this what's next. If you can solve what's next for them, there's many things that happens here. Number 1, you show that you are very knowledgeable in this thing. Number 2, the attitude that come from that your clients see you as, oh, this person is really coming from, really want to help me, right? And you avoid the next, them asking you, hey, now I'm stuck here, right? So they don't have that frustration, oh, another problem, because they already have the solution. In their minds, they will go like, wow, that was so great, it was solved. Rather than, I did one thing, and for us, doing customer service, we thought, yeah, we solved that problem. But for them, it's not yet. For them, it is still the same problem, even though it is a different stage of the problem, right? So you want to be empathetic and think, okay, for them, it's got to finish until the end, then that is solved. And doing this number 4, provide in context and sending them what's next, what are the problems, then to solve the next problem, we'll solve those. Number 5, provides useful insight. So feeds back information about customer searches and self-service interaction into the rest of the company. It is where you're doing this not alone, you're doing this as a group, right? So you want to find a mechanism to be able to share information, share what works, what didn't work, what new shortcuts with other team members. So that's why we have snippets, we have files inside our Yes Hello platform, and also in the comment section where you can comment things and tag relevant team members to say, hey, this is the new answer, or this is a new question and I've answered it here, you can find it here, blah, 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 put the link, and it makes it simple for your team to share information between each other. All right, so we have completed with 3.3, investing in self-service, one of the most important things I think that will help your customer service team to have a knowledge base. Soon we're going to create another video where we're going to go into more detail on how for you to create. But for now, use the snippets create the first step of having all the shortcuts. Then later on, you can take all the information and upload it into another platform. All right. Next, 3.4, or sorry, after this, what we're going to cover is we're going to cover how to build a customer-centric culture. So you have all the ingredients for, you have your vision, your values, you have the right team member with the, right attitude, and then you have the knowledge base and a way to share all this knowledge between your team. Now, how do you include the rest of your other team members in the company, maybe other departments, so you can build a customer-centric culture? So I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.